go beyond. Go beyond your comfort zone, go beyond your boundaries, go beyond all the boxes that you have surrounded yourself and cross them and go out and see what is there. And go out of our regular club meetings. That is the purpose of my speech today. I would like to share with you some of the opportunities that you can take apart from our regular club meetings and club leadership roles that we have, that we are taking very often, that can even help you to grow even further than you already are. But before I start, you may wonder why. Why should I do it? What is in it for me? And the answer is very simple. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. And obviously, when you joined this club for the very first time and came on stage and gave your icebreaker, that was getting outside of your comfort zone. So why do I say that you need to go outside of your comfort zone? Because guys, I have given like 30 speeches on this stage. I am really in my comfort zone when I stand on this stage because I think that I'm talking to my friends. But when I go to the Polish club and give a speech in Polish there, that is stepping outside the comfort zone. And by that, I learn much more than I can here. Does not mean that I cannot learn here. It means that putting yourself outside your comfort zone helps you to learn even more and learn different things that you may not if you are staying in your comfort zone. It's a good idea to push yourself from time to time. I hope you're convinced. If not, listen to this guy if you don't listen to me. To be honest, I don't know him, but
Smart.
But how can you go? What can you do outside of our club meetings? The first thing are contests. Then we have special events which are done apart from our meetings. We have leadership roles, and we have conferences. And I would go through each of them one by one and explain you a bit more what you can learn from them and how you can take part in them. Let's start with the contest. The first thing in a contest is contestants, obviously. And who better to explain this to you than our Alexandra Stupanier. Why? Because she takes part in every contest for the past 3 years and almost always wins, not leaving any chance for us poor mortals to go any further than club, and actually has gone many levels higher, up to the district semi-finals even. And if she is not here today, but when I ask her what has she learned by taking part in these contests, because she's a very good speaker, she even trains speakers as a public speaking coach. So what could she learn from these contests? She does not need any proof of her ability by winning these contests. And she told me that when you take part in a contest, that is totally different than when you give a speech on the stage in your club or generally anywhere else. Because you're not giving a speech just to your audience, you're basically competing, it's a competition. You want to win, you want to be the best. And that brings a different kind of motivation in you on how to give that 110% perfect speech that would actually get you the first place. Because if you're just speaking on a conference, maybe even if you give a 90% speech, it would still be better than everyone else, and it's fine. But in a contest, everyone is trying to give 100%, so you have to give 110 to give that first place. And that is what you learn by taking part in the contests. But okay, if you feel like, no, I'm not ready, I don't want to take part in the contest, I don't want to be a contestant, that's fine. Because we have other roles. We have Master of Ceremony, called MC as short, which is basically what Adele is doing today, being the Toastmaster of the night, so conducting the whole contest. We have, of course, judges who have very detailed criteria on how the contestants should be judged on different criteria. And obviously, if you don't want to do anything, just come and enjoy the contest. That's audience. A contest without an audience is not really a contest. And if you don't feel like taking part in the organization or taking part in the contest, you can just come there and do what you're doing today, listening to someone talking on stage. And I'm sure you will enjoy it. So when is the next contest? We have next contest on 13th of September, so in a month. And this would be the humorously speaking contest and table topics contest, which is improvised speeches. And we do it in English, as well as in Polish, and any language that you can think of. We have done many so far. But the only difference is that the English and Polish winners go to the higher levels, while the other languages just stay in our club and just can brag in our club that they won in Russian because they were the only Russian speakers. And Adrian, our dear member, is the organizer of this contest. If you need more information on how and it will be done. What you can do, you can always contact him. He obviously needs help with the roles, so if you feel like you are not going to take part in the contest as a contestant, for sure you can help him as being a judge or in some other role. Let's move forward. Special events. We had 3 fantabulous Oxford debates organized in last 3 months by 3 fantabulous organizers. Adrian, Michał, and Kasia. All 3 of them organized an Oxford debate about the topic of their choosing. 2 of those debates were outside our normal meeting room, and different people took part in those debates. Which you may be wondering which people took part in them. Overall, I checked, and 17 members of our club, that's almost half of our club, was somehow involved either as a debate participant or helping out with the organization of the event by being a Toastmaster or being the timer or being the secretary and so on. 17 members of our club took part in those 3 debates. In addition to our 3 very awesome guests, Mateusz, Paulina, and Tomek Swinner from Polish Club, who also took part in those. And what did they learn? I was also part of the debates. What did we learn? What did the organizers learn by organizing something which is not very common? What did we learn as taking part in those debates like we did on this Monday? We learned that debating is not just coming on stage and giving a speech. It's much more than that, and it is much more harder than that. We learned, and with each debate that we had, the organizers learned what and how a debate should be organized. So the lessons from the first debate were used as feedback to improve the second, and from the second to third. And there are still many more things that can be improved, but by doing them, by going outside of our comfort zone, by organizing those events and taking part in them, now we know on which areas we need to improve as speakers, as organizers, as debaters. And this is what you get from organizing the special events. Now for sure we will have more debates. We don't have any plan yet, but I know that there are very enthusiastic people in our club who want to organize further debates, and for sure we will have them, and you are more than welcome to take part in organizing or debating in them. But that is not the only special events we have coming up. We have a couple of more special events coming up. What are those? We have 2 currently officially planned events. One is the storytelling evening, going to be on 26th of September. For sure, not in this room. It is a very nice location in the city center where we will have a lot of audience, and it is organized by Shimon. If you want to tell a story, this is your event for you. There will not be just members of Toastmasters that will be telling stories, but we plan to invite professional speakers, Toastmasters from other clubs and even other cities who will be coming and giving half of the speaking slots on that day, while our members will be taking the other half. The goal is to create an event which is not just for Toastmasters, but that is a new cultural event on Wroclave map, and that is what we are aiming for here. And just imagine the possibilities that you can achieve by taking part in this kind of event, by organizing first of all, because Shimon needs a lot of help with that. We need help with PR, we need help with organizing of the event on that day itself, of managing the speakers and so on. But apart from that, the experience itself is going to be fantabulous. I'm pretty sure about that. The second event, organized by our VP Education, Krzysztof, it's about stand-up comedy. And guess what? It is with Worldwide Comedy, the best English-speaking comedians, stand-up comedians in Wroclove. These guys are foreigners. They come, most of them come from America, but not only. And they do shows regularly in Wroclave. Every week you can find their shows sold out completely. They not only perform in Wroclaw, they go to Prague, to Berlin, to other European countries and perform there. One of them is right now back in USA and is performing there himself. They agreed to do an event with us. And what is going to be the event about? It is going to be Worldwide Comedy versus Wroclaw speakers. That means 3 comedians from their side and 3 comedians from our side battling in who can be the best stand-up comedian.
We will beat them.
We will beat them. That's the spirit. We need to beat them live. And you know what? When we were talking about them, Krista was there. We were just explaining how we could do. And they said, they're obviously stand-up comedians. They're professionals. They do it for a living. They get money out of it. So obviously they are good at what they do. It would be a bit presumptuous of us to say that we could beat them. But on the other hand, what we are good at, we are good at giving speeches. stand-up comedy is usually not speeches. It is joke, 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 joke. While when we give humorous speeches, we have a whole narrative, we have a structure, we give a message that they cannot. So they are very much looking forward to learning these things from us while we learn how we can do stand-up comedy from them. And the goal here again is to come up with a new event that we can do on a more regular basis with these guys, where we will have more opportunities for our members, and obviously in future from other Toastmasters club in the area to take part and improve further.
You can actually beat them physically beforehand.
We are a club, but we are not fight club.
This is next Santiago as well.
Let's move on to the next topic. We have leadership roles. You obviously know that we have club officer in our club. There are 8 of them that are elected, that you voted in. But we also have leadership roles beyond our club. So the first thing that comes is an area. What is an area? Area is a group of 6 clubs. In our case, it is area number B5, which has clubs from Wroclove and Poland. Then this area is part of a division, which in our case is B, and this division is 1/3 of Poland. So it's very big. It includes like big cities like Krakow even. Then we have district, which is even bigger because it is 19 countries in Europe, and you have leadership roles there. But not only that, there is board of directors that are elected for the whole world, whole Toastmaster organization. And all these people that serve as leadership roles are Toastmasters, just like us. They are not special, they don't have any special thing else, they are just like us. So any of us can go and do it. And you know what is the perfect example of that? Pavel Bokhanovsky, our dear member, who is currently our area director, or Mario Leskore, who served as the PR manager for our district, half of Europe, for the whole year in 2015 and 16. So if you want to grow yourself as a leader even more than today, then think about these roles apart from the club, and this especially goes for those people who are serving in the club role right now, to go beyond that. And then if you need more information, you know who to contact to ask. Finally, conferences. Who here has been on a Toastmaster conference? Raise your hand. Are they awesome or what?
Awesome.
Yeah, Pauline.
I'm sorry, I'm just like the best example here because on the conferences I met people in Wroclave, so I just fell in love. Lublin and Wroclave, they just fell in love with each other, and some kind of because of this I'm here right now. The biggest Wroclave.
New opportunities, new connections, new people, new cities. That is the third point, because when you go to these conferences, you meet Toastmasters not just from your surrounding area, but you meet from the whole country or even the whole district. That means whole Europe almost. People coming there and you get a chance to meet them. Some experienced Toastmasters, some really public speakers that you can learn a lot from them because they provide workshops. They provide workshops, they are expert at what they do, and they share that knowledge with us for basically absolutely nothing because they do it professionally and they charge a lot. But for us, these conference prices are nothing compared to the content that you can get on those workshops. And lastly, all these contests that start at the club level go to the area, to the division, and to the district. And that is the final of the contest that happens on these conferences as well. So when you go to see that contest, you basically are seeing the top 5 or 6 best speakers in half of Europe. And that is a big deal because just looking at them, how they give their speeches on the stage, you can already learn a lot about how far you have to go in terms of your speaking skills. Now, we have one conference coming in Buchu. It is on 25th to 29th, 27th of August, the date is wrong. And the second one will, so obviously I posted on our group, you can still get a ticket for this if you hurry up. But for the next conference, which is in Brno, this is the district conference. And this will happen in November, and I highly recommend to go there because this is a Polish conference, so mostly Polish people will be there from all over Poland. But in Brno, you will have people from all the districts. So that is half of Europe, but not only that, because I know that people come from even other countries which are not part of our district. Go beyond. Why? Because you get as much reward from Toastmaster as much you put effort into it. And there's a very wise guy that said it, and obviously his name is Dan, I don't know who he is, but he said these very wise words, listen to him, and decide for yourself how much effort, how much reward do you expect from being a member of the Toastmasters? Because you don't pay anything more. You are already a member. You have already taken the first step. You're already attending the meeting. But if you put more effort into it, you can get much higher the reward by doing all those things and much more that I mentioned